can you tell us what a GPT is for one,
Yeah.
and then how we kind of set it up and why we would use it?
I'm smiling. Absolutely. I'm smiling because see, my brain is going to, how can she automate that? How can she make
Yeah.
that like a complete workflow?
Yes.
So I'm just curious, do you know what tool that she uses to record the calls?
I don't know.
And then do you know
Nope.
what her platform is on?
I believe it's on Go High Level
Oh,
for her
okay.
community. Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, that could, depending on what the tool that she's using to record the calls,
Hmm.
that could probably be an entire automated
Yeah.
workflow. But anyway,
And so that would be agents, right? Now we're talking about more AI agents for the
yeah,
workflows.
that would be, yeah, I mean, people define agents differently and
Okay.
we use it sort of interchangeably, but in essence, yeah, that's just a workflow. So
Okay.
any kind of AI workflow has a trigger, meaning like, what is the thing that happens that wakes up the workflow?
Okay.
In her case, it would be a new coaching call. So,
Okay.
hey, we have a new recording of a coaching call. That's the trigger. And then again, depending on what she's using, an AI model can take the transcript and do all the things that you just mentioned that you recommended she do, which I think is super smart, and then like post it directly to Go High in the community and Go High Level.
Incredible. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's start first with
the
people who
GPTs.
maybe aren't using AI as much with the GPTs, and then I do want to get the full workflow or how an
Yeah,
agent can help with this
sure.
task.
So a GPT is essentially a chatbot that you can create yourself in ChatGPT. Now, you do need to be paying for ChatGPT in order to create a GPT. So the $20 a month plan.
Hmm.
So that's number one. Number two is what you're basically teaching it to do a single task. So when I give you a transcript and you're giving it instructions for what you want it to do. So it's like when I give you a transcript of a coaching call, I want you to extract 3 to 5 action items that people can do over the next 7 days. I'm just making this up.
Yep.
Cool. So you just go in. The brilliant thing about GPTs is that for repetitive tasks, meaning like this, like where we do calls, let's just say every 2 weeks,
Hmm.
amazing. So you create it once, and then you don't have to keep going back into ChatGPT and have a chat and retell it what you want it to do. You just open up the GPT
Yep.
and say, "Here's my new transcript,"
Okay.
and give it to the GPT, and then it will spit out essentially what you've asked it to spit out.
Amazing. So the
Then
difference is that you're not retraining it. You're not asking it every time for the output. You've already trained it on the output,
exactly.
right? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, a key thing to remember about GPTs, though, is that it's not going to. So let's just say I do it today with a coaching call transcript. I get the results. Amazing. I take them, put them into my community.
Hmm.
2 weeks from now, when I have another coaching call, that GPT is not going to have any memory of of today's interaction.
Previous. Okay.
It's like starting fresh every time.
Not on the
So
prompt and not on the output, but on the memory of what you imported. So like just the last transcript that you
yes,
imported. Okay.
exactly. So for example, what you might want to do, and you wouldn't be able to do this with a GPT unless you keep adding the transcripts as what they call knowledge files,
Okay.
as opposed to like just attaching the transcript
Got
to
it.
if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yes.
Because ideally what we want is like, all right, I'm going to give it the transcript today,
Yep.
extract the action items, and then 2 weeks from now, well, we don't necessarily, what if in the next call
Yeah.
there's similar action items? Well, we don't necessarily want to repost the same action items. Ideally, we want, the AI to recognize like, hey, we got these action items last time,
Yep.
and we want to make sure there's new action items.
Hmm. Okay.
So just attaching the transcript to the GPT isn't going to allow that.
Right. Okay. Can do
But
that. Hmm.
yeah, Yeah, you can attach, like, again, as knowledge files, if you will. You can keep attaching the transcripts, and you can add to your instructions, like, please make sure that, we are not duplicating any kind of action items.
Okay. So just for people who are listening, what you mean, Rick, is that you can go back, you would have to edit the GPT and then attach it as a memory, like as a knowledge file. So it wouldn't just be that you're communicating back and forth with the GPT. You actually have to go in and edit it and then attach that.
Yep.
And then just also for people listening, because some people might be like, this is too much work, I'm out. How much time, like for a simple GPT like this, does it take to create?
I mean, the hardest part of that is honestly figuring out what it is that you want it to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual creation part is really, really easy.
Yeah.
Meaning you click on create GPT, there's, the GPT section, and then you click on create GPT. And then there's two ways to do it. There's like a beginner way to do it, which this is the way that I would recommend doing it. And then a bit more advanced. Mm-hmm. In the beginner way, you just explain what you want it to do, and then it will write the instructions for you.
Amazing.
So that's what I mean is like the hardest part, if you will, is like, what exactly do I want to do? Well, what do I want this GPT to do?
Yep. So it's just coming up with the framework.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you want to test it, right? So like as it's writing the instructions, give it the transcript, give a test transcript, take an old one and test it out. And you're like, oh, this is really good. Save it. Then when you save it, it'll give you some different options on who you want to give access to for that GPT. If you're just using it internally, there's an only me quote option. Just select that. It's going to give you a URL. So then just favorite that URL in your browser or bookmark it or what have you, so that you don't have to go into ChatGPT every time you want to use it. You just click the link and then it opens up your GPT.
Okay. Yeah. So for some of the the simple GPTs that I've created, it's taken me no more than 5 to 10 minutes. So just a perspective. Exactly. Like this is not like you're going to be spending a ton of time on the back end creating these things. It's very quick.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. So now can you tell us how you would do this more as a workflow or using an agent?
So first of all, I'm always asking myself, and I've asked myself, basically from day one of the business almost 12 years ago, it's like, what would this look like? I know you've heard this, Valerie. Like, what would this look like if it were easy to accomplish whatever it is that you wanted to do? And I look at the GPT part as like, whoa, that's a lot of steps for me. I have to like manually do that, right? Like we're at this age this time in our business where we can actually say that, right? It's just like, oh, all the capabilities out there. What do you mean I have to like go manually put this transcript in there?
We're building lazy entrepreneurs.
Exactly. And lazy isn't a bad thing because the way that I look at it is like, the lazier you are means you're looking for better, smarter ways to accomplish things so that free up the time for our zone of genius. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Yes, I love that.
So what I would do with this is I would say, okay, there's so many different ways to do this. I'm trying to think of, so ideally, I want to be able to record the call, have it automatically transcribing as it goes. Then when the call finishes, that's the trigger, if you will. It's like, okay, it wakes up a workflow that we create. Okay. So the next step is, and a lot of tools like Fathom or Granola, just like these call recording tools, Fireflies, they will extract action items themselves from these, but I wouldn't want sort of the pre-done ones from within the tools, if that makes sense.
Right.
I want an AI model to look at the whole transcript and then figure those things out. So pick a tool, then the next point in our workflow is we want AI to read the transcript and extract 3 to 5 action items.
Okay.
Ideally, we want to point before we post it in our community, we want ideally somebody to look at those. So like
Totally.
have it sent to you via Slack.
Okay.
It could send you those 3 to 5 bullet points via Slack for you to approve. So you either approve it or you edit it.
Yep.
And then the next step would be automatically posting to Go High Level in this case here.
Okay. So as far as linking up, this would mean
Yep.
that you'd have to link up multiple different tools.
Yep.
Let's say somebody is recording on Zoom. Do they also need a note taker, or can they take the transcript directly from Zoom?
Yes, but oddly, Zoom does not play nicely with AI automation.
Okay. Good
I
to
don't
know.
understand why. But
Yeah.
yes, if you are like whatever plan it is for Zoom, it is transcribing the call for sure.
Okay.
But to get that transcript, and I've tried this many times, and I feel like I fairly know what I'm doing. It is not easy for some reason to get the transcript out of Zoom and to be able to do something with it.
Okay. So let's say so then we have to get a different tool. Let's say we're using Firefly.
Yep.
Right, to deduct our transcript from our call.
Mm-hmm.
So now we link up Firefly with what? What workflow AI are you using?
I would use the easiest one that I found is Relay.app.
Okay, Relay.app.
The cool thing is a lot of these AI workflow tools have AI assistance. So like when you go in and you want to create a new workflow, again, the hardest part about a lot of these things is that, and it sounds funny, right? But like the hardest part is being able to describe what we want to do.
Okay.
And so the reason I say that is because I can go into Relay, I can tell it what I want to do. So I can say, I want to take a new transcript, a new call recording transcript from Fireflies, have an AI model analyze the transcript, extract, 5 action items. Then I want to review those action items via Slack. And then once approved, post them in my community in Go High Level. I don't believe, unfortunately, in this one here, that Go High Level is available in Relay, but there's more technical workarounds to that.
Got it.
That's where the thing is like somebody can use Zapier also to do this. Zapier has the same type of AI assistant where it's like you're just explaining what you want it to do, and then it will build the workflow for you.
Okay.
Which is really
pretty
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, and makes it a lot easier.
I think when people are listening, they might be like, "Oh my gosh," right? It's like it is a lot of linking this, link with that. It sounds very technical, but when you think about the amount of not just time, I mean, yes, this is saving you time, but brain power that this is saving you. And I think that's the piece that I've realized so much. And people will say like, oh, it decreases our critical thinking and erodes our whatever. But if we're then using our time to do critical thinking, to do things that are more interactive, and we're not doing these kind of like things that we have on autopilot where every week we go down, we look at the transcript and we read it and we extract manually doing all of this and uploading it into our account, like that in and of itself doesn't take a lot of critical thinking, right?
Exactly.
And so so when we're giving it to AI, it's not like we're stopping our creativity in any way.
Right.
Yes, certain uses of it, that would be the case. But I think for most of us who are really wanting to run a successful business where we are building connection and building that real human interaction, it's not going to erode our brains, right?
Yeah. I look at that. Sorry to interrupt. I look at that as like, it's almost like passive income, if you will. Passive income, does it really exist? That's a whole other topic. But like you put the work in up front and then you get benefits ongoing. It's the same thing when whether you created a simple GPT or take time to create a workflow like this. Yeah, it's going to take some time depending on what it is, right? But like the workflow that we just talked about, okay, maybe that takes you, just call it a couple hours. And it's some frustration, maybe, Relay is very, very easy to use. It's literally built for non-technical people.
Love that.
And like legitimately it is like that's the whole goal of it. But let's just say it takes you 2 hours, maybe a little frustration trying to figure this out. But like once you dial it in, like think about the ongoing time savings that it's giving you. And like you just mentioned, like frees up that brain power of like, oh, I don't have to go do this manually.
Yeah.
And yeah, like extracting action items from a transcript is not a high brain power activity.
Thank you for watching this short clip. To watch or listen to this episode in its entirety, view the description below. See you next time.